Hello guys, welcome to Coding Privacy, and in this video we are going to look at Listbox. Listbox are another type of widget. It's an alternative to drop-downs. Listbox contains multiple text items and you can even select multiple text items, whereas in drop-down you can only select one item at a time. In drop-down you need to click to see all the items. In Listbox you can just directly see all the items at once and you can select multiple of it. So let's look at Listbox, how you can use that, how you can add the items, how you can delete the items. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I would do is create a drop down, right? So drop down, oh, I keep forgetting it's the list box. Okay, so let's create a list box. First params you already know, it would be root. The second param, we wouldn't put anything to it at this moment. We would just say, hey, list box, just pack it. But okay, so what we would do is we would set height and width. So the height I would put is 15. Let's put 15, and width is equal to 30. So this is the options that you can put. You can also put foreground color, background color, and things like that, but I wouldn't go into that as of now. Let's see how you can, okay, how does the list box look like? So this is the list box. You can see if I would have to do that, right, isn't it, to show you guys. So foreground is equal to orange. Let's keep it that way. And you can see the background is black. So this is how the list box look. And now if you want to insert an item, the way you can do it, basically insert method, and the first param would be an index. So this would be the first item, so 0th index, and say computers. Okay, so this is pretty simple. This is how you can add the item. You see computers in it. But what if I have a list, right? Items is equal to computer, and then let me say laptop, and also say microphone, and say phone, just because I said it. And now what I'll do is for item in items, just looping through all of them, listbox dot insert. Now here's the thing, how do I get the index, right? Because I don't want to give the index for all the items, I can just do tk.end. So end is the constant in Tkinter, which just gets the last index, right? And then you can just add the item and get rid of this line. Now if I put the run, I can see all the items in the list box right away, which is great, but we can do more from it. Now what if I want to add the items using a button? So let me just create an add value button, say tk.button, and the root window, and text is equal to add value. Okay, but first of all, to have a button I would need an entry widget, right? Because otherwise how would I get the value from the front end? So tk.entry root entry.pack. Also let me create a label very quickly, which would say text is equal to enter the value. Okay, and label dot pack. Okay, cool. And I would also need a command over here which would say add value, and def add value is the function that I am gonna attach it with. So here is the function. Now how do I add the value to this thing? So pretty simple, right? Listbox dot insert, and then whatever value we got from the entry, we just put it there. But what about the index? Hey, I've already told you. So tk dot end. Keep in mind, instead, if you don't want to add it at the end, you can also provide the index as well. So if I say 6, it would add it at the sixth. It would add it as a 6th index, right? Not in the 6th line, it would add it as a 6th index. Keep that in mind. So I would just say tk.end, which means I always want the items to be added the last, right? Now let us see how this would work. Let me pack it. I always forget to do that. And I run the code. Okay, so this looks good. Let's see how if this works or not. Let me put coding privacy and add. Cool. So this is exactly how you can add items to the list box using the front end. Created an entry widget. As many items I want to add, I can basically add all of those. I can say headphones and add, and it just adds it. Pretty simple. Now there is another thing that we can do, which is basically delete the items. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this whole thing, and because it would be the same for delete, and I would just need to change the words a bit. Delete the item, and this would be delete value without parentheses, and delete, right? Okay, almost done. Cool. Now in delete, how do I delete it? So if you want to delete an item, you use the delete method, and there's no two arguments for it. There's only one argument, which is the index that we don't know at this moment, right? So in Listbox, you can select the item, and the selection would stay in anchor. So I would say delete whatever the anchor has an index. The anchor has an index, so delete whatever the anchor has. And let's run, see if that thing is working or not. Let's write coding privacy, just so adding it over here, and I want to remove mic. If I remove the mic, it just gets deleted. The order gets reorganized automatically. I click on phone, and that can be deleted as well. Now the question is, I already told you in the beginning, how do I select multiple things? As you can see, I cannot select multiple things at the time. That is an option you can give if you want to. So how do I select multiple things, and how do I delete multiple things? Let's look at that. In the list box, you can add another param, say select mode. There are a bunch of select modes, but the one that we are going to use is select multiple. So tk.multiple is the constant that we are going to use and pass it to select mode. Now, if I run the program and I see I can select multiple things, I click on that again and it deselects, which means that I can do that. Now let's try deleting multiple things. I want to delete mic and phone. Let's see. It doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? Because the anchor cannot have more than one value. So when you do select mode is equal to tk.multiple, now it needs a tuple of values that is under the selection, right? It's not one value now. So the way to do it is there is a listbox dot current selection method, which gives you a tuple of all the current selection. So let me save it over here, and then I say, hey, for I in selections, whatever is in that selection, I just want to delete everything from that, right? Pretty easy. Let's try if that's working or not. Cool. Oops. Okay, so let me quickly add multiple things to it to show you better. Let me try to delete A and laptop. Let's see how it goes. And if I do that, A does not get deleted. Why? Because whenever there's one deletion, after that, all the indexes change, right? So this current selection grabs the index, and then the next time when the loop iterates, it would delete the wrong value because the index has changed now. So the way to do it would be to iterate the loop in reverse order, because if you do it in reverse, then there's never a chance when this would happen. Okay, let me explain you how. So let's say I want to delete computer and mic. If I delete computer first, then the mic goes up. So the index of mic is now the before index -1, and then it would delete phone instead of mic. But if I delete mic first, the index of computer is never going to change, right? I hope that is easy to understand. If not, I can elaborate better in the comment section if you have any more doubt regarding this one. But let's come over here quickly, and there's a Python function of reversed. You can use that, wrap it in the selection, which means that everything that you got in the tuple of selection, this thing would just iterate it in reverse, right? Let me run that quickly. A, B, and C. Okay, cool. So now you have multiple things. Let me remove computer, mic, and B. Remember, right? I click on delete. I cannot see computer, mic, or B, which means everything happened successfully. We were able to add the value. Now I can add D again, and it works. We were able to add the value, delete the value for single mode as well as for multiple mode. That is how you can use Listbox, which is an alternative of dropdown. Depends on the application that you're building, it will come into use. That's all for today, guys. Like this video if you like a video, and subscribe if you want more from this Tkinter series. See you next time. Bye for now.